Hi, guys, and welcome to King's Quest IV: The Perils of Rosella. This is what is known as King's Quest IV Retold. It's by DrSlash. He basically left the graphics and stuff like that alone. There's no voice acting or anything, but he switched the controls from keyboard to mouse, which is a great improvement in my opinion. And he tweaked some of the bugs and made some of the puzzles slightly more user friendly, like the troll caves. He made it where you can actually see a little bit better in there because those were horrible in the original version. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, I am going to go ahead and remove the dead ends and timer. I don't really care about the dead ends. I know how to avoid them, but the timer, uh, in the original game, it had, I don't know, it was like 3 or 4 hours that you had to beat the game. And if you didn't, then you automatically got the bad ending. It's not going to take that long to get through it, but having a timer going the entire time just I don't like it. It kind of ruins the experience for me. I mean, had to tolerate it in King's Quest 3 because it was an important part of the dynamic, but here it just feels arbitrary, so I'd rather just get rid of it. With the return of his long-lost son Alexander and the rescue of his daughter Rosella from the terrible dragon, old King Graham decides it's time to pass on his adventurer's hat to younger blood. He flings the battered hat toward his children while his wife, Queen Balanice, proudly looks on. The hat arches through the air. Suddenly, King Graham experiences a terrible squeezing pain in his chest. Help me, he rasps. The adventurer's hat lies unclaimed upon the floor, forgotten. King Graham lies weakly in bed, Father Death hovering near. Grief suddenly overwhelming her, Rosella runs from the room. Oh, Father, she sobs, you're still young. You should have many years ahead of you. Oh, I wish I could help you, Father. Do you really mean that? A soft voice asks. Rosella looks up but sees no one. Who's speaking to me? I am, the voice says. Look in the magic mirror. Rosella sees an image in the mirror. Who are you? She queries. I am the fairy Genesta. In my land of Tamir, there is a remarkable tree. This tiny tree needs 100 years to bear a single fruit. But this is no ordinary fruit, for if a person were to eat it, they would find that good health and well-being would be theirs for many years. Rosella is much heartened by this news. Where is the land of Tamir? Janessa smiles. Tamir is very far away, but with my magic I can bring you here. Rosella senses that there is more to the story, but I suppose there are some problems? Smart girl. She knows how these kind of games work. Again, Janessa smiles. Yes, you are correct, Rosella. If you are willing to come to Tamir, I will explain the situation. However, once I bring you here, I can't send you back. You will have to help me first. Confused, Rosella says, I don't know. What if I can't help you or find the tree? Janessa pleads, you must decide now, Rosella. My powers are growing weaker by the minute. Now the fairy is but a faint glimmer and her voice barely audible. If you care for your father, say yes now. And suddenly she's gone. Yes. The lovely fairy speaks. I am the fairy Genesta. Welcome to Tamir. Rosella looks awestruck at the fairy. She is stunningly beautiful, but still there is a certain sadness to her. Finally, Rosella speaks. I know you would like me to help you in some way, but I don't know how I could help a fairy. Janesta looks sadder than ever. You're wrong, Rosella. You see, I'm losing my magical powers. Yesterday, as I was strolling through the woods, Lalot, the evil fairy, caught me unawares and stole my magic talisman. The fairy sighed. She yanked it from my neck and raced away, screeching with laughter. Immediately, I felt my powers diminishing and my body weakening. I will die in 24 hours if my talisman is not returned. Intently, Janesta looks at Rosella. Lalot is very evil and will use the talisman to bring more evil to Tamir. Now I fear it will contaminate my whole country. Further, I cannot send you home without my talisman. Maybe you shouldn't put all your power in a piece of jewelry. Take a lesson from Sauron. Rosella is unsure as to what she can do. Meekly she asks, I want to help you, but how? You can do more than you think, Rosella, Janesta assures her. I believe you will be able to penetrate Lalot's domain. Suddenly, Rosella remembers the tiny tree. Can you tell me where to find the magic fruit? Remorsefully, Janessa looks at Rosella. It will not be easy to reach the tree. It grows on the tiny island within a vast swamp on the other side of the Great Mountains. Yeah, it will not be easy. It's one of the hardest parts of the game. Bravely fighting back tears, Rosella says, I will help you in any way I can, Janesta. How can I find Lalot? Beautiful fairy points eastward. Lalot's castle overlooks Tamir from the Great Mountains. Janesta looks weaker as she says, there is not much more I can do, Rosella. As it is, it will be difficult for me to fly home again. One thing I must do for you, though, I shall disguise you as a peasant girl so as not to attract attention. Thank you, Janesta, I think, Rosella stammers. It will be better for you, the fairy says. Well, I must be off while I can still fly. I know you can do it. And you're not going to help at all. Of course not. Goodbye, good luck. Well, you're on your own, Rosella. That's for sure. All right. Okay, so we're going to try and get this little ball right here. You kneel down and peer under the bridge. Aha, you have found a small golden ball. You pick it up and carry it with you. Now we're going to come up here and give it to Frog. It's like the Princess and the Frog story. Oops. Yeah, you got to be careful. They're kind of finicky. All right, all right. Are you back? All right. So we're going to throw the ball in the pond. Seeking some calm and rest, you sit down by the pond and watch the water lilies float serenely on its surface as you roll the golden ball between your hands. As your mind wanders off, you accidentally drop the golden ball into the pond. From atop a lily pad, a large green frog leaps into the water and disappears from view. A moment later, the frog emerges with, Yes! Your lost ball. It seems as if the frog is kindly returning it to you. All right. So now we have to go over and pick up the frog, because of course we do. Give it a big smooch. Squinching up your nose in disgust, you catch the large frog and hold it in your hand. It stares at you with its big bulgy eyes and wobbles its throat. All right. So now we have to give it a kiss. You look at the frog's green lips. Good. You feel silly doing this as you slowly put your mouth against the frog's. Suddenly, the little green frog changes into a handsome prince. Who are you? The prince demands. I thought you were supposed to be a princess. Why, you're nothing more than a peasant girl. You blanch a bit at that remark, but say nothing. Well, ta-ta, he says. I'm off. Here, you may keep this. To your surprise, he tosses the little golden crown to you as he takes his leave. Good riddance, you think. Yeah, who needs you, buddy? Jeez. See if I ever help a frog again. Go ahead and grab our ball back. Sometimes it's hard to get the exact spot, which will switch the screen. Graveyard. We'll be here a lot more later. Okay, so now we're going to go in here and visit some dwarves. And they are messy. What a shock. So now we have to clean their house. Magic cleaning or something. Her whoosh powers. I think you missed a spot. You hear the dwarfs approaching. You watch quietly as the dwarfs file in one by one, get a bowl of soup, and take a seat at the table. Cut some of this out because it takes literally forever for all 7 of these dwarfs to come in and get some food. This dwarf must really be hungry. He's getting 2 bowls of soup. They must be used to having people come in and clean their house. The 7 dwarfs seem very pleased that you tidied their messy home. One politely asks your name. You tell him, and he cordially invites you to sit down with them and eat the bowl of soup he got for you. You seat yourself at the table and begin to eat the surprisingly delicious soup. So we can talk to him a few times. You politely talk to the dwarf nearest you. Where are you from, Rosella? He asks. You tell him, Daventry. The dwarf thinks for a moment. Never heard of it. Again, you engage in conversation. Is Daventry far from Tamir? The dwarfs wonder. Very far, you tell them. How did you get here? They ask. As you don't want to get into specifics, you tell them by sea. That answer seems to satisfy them as they return to their eating. You speak to the nearest dwarf again. He wonders why you are here in Tamir. You explain that you are in the service of Genesta, the good fairy, who wishes to regain her magic talisman from the clutches of Lolat, the bad fairy. Well, young lady, the dwarf states, I don't envy you. You're much braver than I am dealing with that evil fairy. You attempt conversation another time, but the dwarfs tell you they must hurry and finish their soup as they need to get back to work before dark. Goodbye, and thanks for the soup, you call as they take their leave. Finish your soup also. It was the best soup you have ever tasted. Maybe though you were just really hungry. I cut some of that too because it takes them about as long to leave as it did for them to come in. So now we have to clean again. Fortunately, it's just the dishes this time. Phew, I hope that's the last of it. Yeah, me too. Now we can grab this pouch here. And it is indeed a pouch of diamonds. You open the diamond pouch and look inside. Many diamonds flash and sparkle from within. Carefully, you close it again so as not to lose any. Awesome. Okay. Get it loaded because we have to go try and return it to the dwarves. Because we're honest like that. Go in the mine here. Maybe. There we go. Okay. So now we need to go down because we have to give it to the head dwarf. And he's on the next screen. Yeah, and she falls a lot. Like, seriously, it's really hard sometimes to keep her on the path. Okay, so we gotta give it to this guy over here. Hello. Being an honest person, you offer the forgotten pouch of diamonds to the dwarf. His gruff exterior softens a bit. Nah, you can keep it, he says. We got plenty here. We also got an extra lantern we ain't using. Here, go ahead and take it. The dwarf's gruffness returns as he says, now skedaddle out of here. Okay. Thanks. We're gonna need this lantern for the troll cave. See if we can get up this without falling again. Okay. Now we're gonna try. Ah, there he is. Get away from that worm, you bird. It's... I need that. Shoo! Scat! Okay, I think I'm too close. You grab the worm, because we'll need it, because we need to go fishing. Okay. Now we're gonna go in the creepy manor. Actually, I think it's kind of cool. This is not a pleasant house. In fact, it's downright scary. It looks old and abandoned and badly in need of tender loving care. To make matters worse, it sits right in the middle of an old cemetery. I could make this work. Okay, so we need to go over here. We need to look at these books. You examine the few remaining books on the bookshelves. Only one catches your attention. It is entitled The Complete Works of William Shakespeare. Apparently, they don't know how to spell. We're going to take that. You remove the Shakespeare book from the shelf and carry it with you. Okay, so now we're going to leave. We're out hunting for a minstrel. We need to get his loot. He should be on the next screen. Not, we'll have to exit and come back a few times till he decides to show up. Yeah, he should be sitting right there on that stump. Oh, unicorn. We'll deal with that soon. May have to do this a few times. There he is. Hello. You say hello to the minstrel, who looks at you in surprise. Well, well, who do we have here? He asks. You introduce yourself as Rosella. Hello, Rosella, the minstrel says. Let me play for you one of my favorite tunes. And he begins to play an old ballad. Unfortunately, it appears that his musical skills are quite limited as he plunks and pings his way through an otherwise beautiful song. So basically, we need to give him this book so that he can turn his talents elsewhere. You hand the Shakespeare book to the minstrel. Curiously, he opens it and begins to read aloud, first hesitantly, then with increased forcefulness as he begins to get into it. Suddenly, he stops and looks at you. This is wonderful, he exclaims. This gives me a new lease on life. No longer am I a mere minstrel. Now I will become a famous actor. To be or not to be? How's that? He then gives you his lute, bids you farewell, and wanders off to stardom. Okay. Enjoy. So we can actually play our lute here. We'll make a trade here with Pan. The lute for the flute. Would you like this? Pan gratefully accepts your gift of the lute, and in return, he gives you his flute. Happy now, he dances away with it. Awesome. Enjoy, my friend. Okay. So now we need to go out here and see this fisherman. And it is ridiculously easy to fall off this pier. Hello, fisherman. I made him leave. Well, that's what we wanted. So now we have to follow him back and go in his house. So we got him and his wife, and we can talk to both of them. You talk to the grizzled fisherman as he sits at the table. Sighing, he tells you, them fish ain't been biting lately. If things don't get better soon, I don't know what to do. You say hello to the poor woman. With little patience, she responds, what are you doing in here, young lady? Can't you see I'm busy? We've got enough problems without worrying about you. Well, that's a proper response to some stranger entering your house, so can't falter there. We're going to give them the diamonds so that they have money, and they'll give us a fishing pole. You give the pouch of diamonds to the astonished woman. She and her husband exchange glances. Wife, give the girl my fishing pole in trade, he tells his tired wife. Obediently, she retrieves the pole and hands it to you. Thank you very much, she says, smiling. You have certainly helped us. We got to talk to him again. You speak to the fisherman's wife. She smiles as she replies, you're a very kind girl. You've helped us out a lot. Why, I might even be able to buy some brand new clothes. You speak to the old fisherman, and he replies, you really helped me and the Mrs. Gurley. Those diamonds will come in awful handy. We can't thank you enough. All right. Now we get to go fishing. Assuming we don't fall off the pier. Okay, we should be close enough to the edge. So put the worm on the fishing pole, scrunching up your delicate nose, gingerly bait the hook of the fishing pole with the large earthworm. And now we're going to try to fish. It might take a couple of tries because we have to do it till we get a fish. Eagerly from the end of the pier, you fling the baited line of the fishing pole into the ocean. Bring on the fish. The fish don't seem to be biting. Of course not. Almost immediately, you feel a sharp tug on the line. Something pulls and fights your line as you slowly reel it in. There it is. You've caught yourself a fine fat fish. Yay. All right. And it's not a big deal if you fall in the pier. You just have to swim back to shore. It's just a pain if you're trying to get somewhere quick and you keep falling off. Okay. Right now, we're looking for Cupid. He's supposed to be at this pool. If he doesn't show up, we might have to leave and come back a few times. Yep, not seeing him. So we'll have to change screens till he shows up. Come on, Cupid. Oop, there he is. We go toward him and spook him. Uh-oh, you've startled Cupid. He quickly jumps out of the pool and flies away in fear. I am not gonna hurt you. Good grief. That was dramatic, Rosella. We gotta get the bow here. Feeling sorry for startling Cupid, you decide to hold on to his bow for safekeeping so you can return it to him the next time you meet. Awesome. Okay, so we're looking for the unicorn right now. Maybe up here. No. Maybe over here. There he is. Okay, so we're gonna shoot him with the bow. It'll make the unicorn love us. You aim one of Cupid's golden arrows toward the beautiful unicorn. You let go of the bowstring. Zing! Bullseye! Yay! He loves us now. The magnificent unicorn is no longer afraid of you. It is now your friend. Awesome. Okay. Now we're going in the troll cave. Yay. So we need to wear the little crown. Poof, you're a little froggy. She'll swim through. It sure feels good to be yourself again. Okay, so we're gonna grab this board here because we'll need it. The, now, the board. Okay, and now we're gonna save our game because this is just not enjoyable. Okay, So we need to light the lantern. Using a flint attached to the oil lantern, you light it. The lantern burns with a bright glow. All right. So we should be good to go. I'm going to get the board here kind of loaded up because we will need it. Okay. I'm going to get up. Yeah, I know. Out. Okay. So if the troll is there and tries to catch you, run back out here because he won't come out. Another option, if you're farther in the cave, you can try to outrun him. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but he is a giant pain. Like, it's ridiculous. Okay, let's try again. All right, we got a bone. So we can actually see now. It used to not allow you to see that much, like at all. It was terrible. Okay. Well, we can try to outrun him. There's no guarantees, but it's worth a shot. Because once you get to the area near the exit, he won't follow you anymore. Surprisingly, the troll stops chasing you. You wonder what could scare the dreadful monster off. Well, nothing good. So walk very carefully until you see a chasm right here. Looks like there's a bottomless chasm right in the middle of the cave chamber. Good thing you noticed it before falling to your doom. Yeah, no kidding. Okay, so we're going to use the board on the chasm. Feeling in the dark, you manage to place the board safely across the crevice. Now, can you cross it safely? Well, we're going to save because it's easy to fall off this stupid board. Like, really easy. Just try to keep clicking on the board as best you can. It's actually harder when you're going back than it is going this way. Feeling in the dark again, you manage to pick up the board without dropping it into the crevice. Yay! I would like to leave. Okay, now you're going to want to save again because you have to hop across these lily pads and it is easy to mess up. I need the board again here because she can't make that jump, so. All right, so just do the same thing where you just slowly walk across the board. And we're gonna save. Okay, so you don't want to get too close to him because he will kill you. So we're gonna play the flute to hypnotize him. Nervously, you raise the flute to your mouth and begin to play a melodic tune to the big cobra, who begins to sway with the music. Soon, the snake is mesmerized by it and falls into a hypnotic trance. Go grab the fruit and get away from the snake. Okay. We're going to save again because don't want to take any chances. So now we're going to walk across the board very slowly. Now remember to pick up the board because you're going to need it. Okay. So now we got to jump back across all these. We made it! Yay! All right. Now we got to go back the way we came. Okay, be careful. The chasm is like right there. So definitely save because, in my opinion, it's harder to go back this way than it was to get across. So get the board again. Use it on. Ugh, really? You're gonna make me get closer to this stupid chasm? I'd prefer not to fall to my death if that's okay. Feeling in the dark, you managed to place the board across the crevice. Now, can you cross it safely? Well, I'm gonna try. Feeling in the dark again, you managed to pick up the board without dropping it into the crevice. Yay. Okay. Save again, because now we have to avoid the troll or outrun the troll or something. Just depends on what happens. Yep, there he is. Hurry! I don't have time! Hurry! Out the door! Out the door! Out the door! Out the door! Ooh, we're safe. He won't follow us out here. Yay! Okay, so we're gonna unlight the lantern. First, we're gonna save because I'm not doing that again. Okay, so unlight the lantern. And then we're gonna just kind of hop into the pool here. And she'll swim across. Okay, we made it! Now we're gonna head up here into Lolot's domain. She's excessively charming. Not really. Uh-oh, Lolot's goons. Her flying monkeys are essentially gonna catch us and haul us off. This is supposed to happen though, so... Well, my pets, Lolot hisses, what have you drug home today? Lolot gives you the once over, and as she does, her red eyes begin to narrow. Are you a foolish girl who wandered here by mistake, or are you a spy sent here by my enemy, Janesta? You swear to the Lolot that you're nothing but a poor peasant girl who has lost her way, but she doesn't seem to believe you as her mouth begins to snarl and her eyes narrow to mere slits. For the first time, you experience real fear and begin to tremble. Lolot snarls, you don't look stupid enough to have wandered here. I believe you're a spy. Take her to the cell. It's fine. We'll be fine. Oh, how charming. An ominous machine lurks in the corner of the cell. As to its purpose, you don't want to know. At least two unfortunate individuals have met their end here. A whip hangs on the wall. Oh, that's fun. Ordinary torch. So we just kind of sit in here and we wait until they decide to try and come back. Let me out. I don't want to be in this creepy room. You hear the henchmen returning. Perhaps they are setting you free. Something like that, I guess. Lot gives you a sickly sweet look. You're lucky, my dear, she coos. My precious son Edgar, this guy, has taken a liking to you, and he believes you. He's convinced me to give you a chance to prove your innocence. You glance at the homely young man standing next to Lalot. He blushes. Aw, isn't that cute? Lalot continues, I wish to own the unicorn that inhabits the meadowland. Bring me the unicorn, and I shall not only set you free, but reward you as well. All right. To her henchman, Lalot orders, go, take her back to the forest. Wasn't that fun? Now we have to go to the pier. Like where we started. Okay, save your game, because now we're going for a swim. Okay, so jump in the water. I'm gonna hang out down here near the bottom of the screen in case we get attacked by sharks. We may be able to get away. No guarantees. They're really fast and they sometimes follow you too. So it's one of those things. And we don't want to encounter the whale yet either. Okay. So we're looking for a peacock. Oh, there's this feather. That's what we need. Thank you for the feather, bird. Much appreciated. Now we're going to try and get caught by the whale. This is not a fun part of this game. Oh, no! Get away, shark! I'm not interested! Alright, let's try and get caught by the whale. Again. We gotta get swallowed by him so that he'll spew us out on shore. Come on. Nope, he's not here yet, so we gotta swim off and on until he shows up. Come on, whale. There he is. Okay, so go to the middle of the screen. He'll suck you into his mouth. There he goes. yours! You have been swallowed by a huge whale. Oh no! Phew, this place stinks. Yep. You can grab this bottle here for a Easter egg. We will actually read it later because you don't have a lot of time in here. Okay. So, save your game. We're going to try to climb the tongue. It is not easy. You'll probably fall. Like that. Okay. To get to this point, it's a good idea to save. Ah, finally. She stood up. Now you get a little closer. You use the peacock feather on the uvula. You frantically tickle the throat of the whale with the big peacock feather. You begin to feel a quiver under your feet, which quickly turns into a mighty tremble. Suddenly, you hear a thunderous achoo, and you are swept out of the whale's mouth in a tremendous wave of ocean water. Thank goodness. Again, you find yourself swimming in the ocean. Well, how exciting. Let's not swim for too long. It looks as if Minnie, unlucky sailor, has been stranded here. You notice a glint coming from inside the boat. You look at the ground inside the wrecked boat. What is this? Why, it's a golden bridle. You pick it up and carry it with you. Okay, so now we're going to throw this fish to this pelican. You throw the stinky dead fish to the pelican. Greedily, he catches it in his large bill. As he does so, you notice something shiny fall from his bill onto the ground. Obviously, we want the shiny thing. So we got a little golden whistle. So we're going to come over here to the shore edge and use the whistle. You put the shiny silver whistle to your lips and forcefully blow into it, producing a loud tweet. To your astonishment, a friendly dolphin appears just offshore and jabbers excitedly at you. It's hopefully going to give me a lift. Thank you. Okay, now we need to go to the unicorn, wherever we left him. I think he was up here. Yes, there he is. So we can go up to the nice unicorn. Magnificent unicorn seems unafraid of you now. It nickers softly as you approach. Go up here. And you're going to use the bridle we just got on the unicorn. As the beautiful unicorn offers no resistance, you gently place the golden bit into its mouth and fit the bridle and reins over its majestic head. The unicorn looks at you with curiosity. So now we're going to ride it. You nimbly mount the magnificent unicorn, grab the golden reins, and set off towards Lalotte's castle. And don't worry, we will be rescuing the unicorn again. Wouldn't want to leave it with that horrible person. A unicorn seems paralyzed with fear or something. I'll rescue you, unicorn. Don't worry. So Lalot says, I hear you are a good girl and brought me the unicorn. I'm almost convinced you might be innocent after all, but she clears her throat. Not quite. Uh-oh, this doesn't sound good, you think? Lalot continues, I am desirous of the hen that lays the golden eggs. Currently, the hen is kept by the ogre and his wife. Oh, that sounds fun. Bring me the hen, and you shall have your freedom and a great reward. Take her away, Lalot orders her goons. Yay. Okay. Well, I think this is a good place to end the episode. Next time, we will finish up Lolot's tasks and defeat her and end the game. If you're enjoying the videos, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. It helps me out a lot and it's very much appreciated. Thanks, guys.